Despite having some pretty cool lore, Hari and his Rayleonard next, Krasnaya, are often overlooked in the grand scheme of Armored Core 4 Answer, but it's time to do this character justice in Armored Core 6. I'm not gonna lie, every time I get to recreate a Rayleonard build, I'm super excited. This one in particular is a lot of fun. Got a nice mix of close and mid-range. Are those the vertical missiles? Interesting choice. I don't expect to get hit by those missiles at all, but interesting nonetheless. Gotta keep the ranged pressure up with my build, which is easy enough with dual Harris rifles. And post down in the comments which character you believe in any series, not necessarily Armored Core, do you think deserved more time in the spotlight? Yeah, those missiles are not going to do you any favors. Still crazy to think that the entire weapon category itself is that bad. I gotta try something here. Oh, I thought I could do the full combo with the melee thrown in. Well, I learned my lesson. Not going to do that again. Sticking to the charged shots for the follow-up. Pulse protection, another interesting choice. Just going to pop that real quick. Don't mind me. I really wish Pulse protection had a better gimmick than simply being a worst version of Pulse armor. It's sad, but true. I've seen some people make it work, but with varying degrees of success. Let me stick to a good old-fashioned melee punish this time. I do like, even though I'm only using 3 weapons on paper, you can do some good stagger punishes in a variety of ways, as I'm gonna try to show off during this video. I did drop the first combo by switching to the melee weapon instead of going for the charged Harris, but hey, I wanted to know for sure. I wasn't entirely convinced I couldn't do an immediate follow-up with the melee weapon. Sometimes you learn these things in the heat of battle. Incoming vertical missiles, whatever will I do? I probably could have been casually gliding, and they still would have found a way to miss. Not sure why I committed to quick boosting. Oh, did not expect you to be staggered. Then again, you were technically in the bubble, so I don't believe my blade would have damaged you, right? I'm also experimenting with different FCS options. I haven't settled on one yet, but I am liking the mid-range assist on my current choice. It's pretty nice. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and jackpot. You hit the wall. It extended the stagger duration. Would you look at that? I'm out here playing Tekken, making full combos. That was cool. GG's. A rematch with a different build too, liking the dual Vientos, which are still pretty scary. Probably bad timing on my part too, because I did switch my FCS to a close range focused one just to see the difference. And something tells me I'll be regretting that decision here shortly. And you're going to be closing the distance with those kicks fairly easily, making it that much more consistent for you to stagger me with those Vientos. Only downside to those things really has to be the reload speed nerf. Still a bit of overkill if you ask me. The rest of the nerfs the weapon received are pretty justified though. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't close it. I would have regretted everything if you staggered me there. Come on, maintain altitude. Don't make it easy on you to get the stagger. Oh, you gave up! Unfortunate. Wow. Unfortunate indeed. This is probably one of the few recreations that has made someone straight up rage quit. No one's like me. With that Shrieker emblem, am I right? And dual Etsujins? Glad I switched my FCS. I am kind of torn now between the Walter FCS and Arquebus one that has an emphasis on mid to long range combat. Because, no joke, the Arquebus FCS makes these Harris rifles feel like I'm firing the original 051 ANNRs from 4 and 4 Answer. And in case you're not aware, those rifles were stupidly good at mid to long range engagements. I dropped the combo accidentally, quick fired the Harris instead of charging it up. Well, I hope that's not going to come back to bite me. So yeah, I might go back to the Arquebus FCS since I'm not using missiles. I might as well. Generally speaking, I would say the Walter FCS is the better choice if you're using something like a traditional kite. But in my case, I could take full advantage of the mid and long range assist. Nicely done. I completely threw that first stagger punish window. Gotta make up for it though. I also need to test something real quick to make sure it's not a placebo effect. If I happen to be charging my weapons like this, I can never land the back-to-back charge shots unless I'm using the Arquebus FCS. Coincidence? Maybe, but I can get away with one like that. Quick successions with each, never has it happened otherwise. That's another reason why I'm leaning towards that particular one. Gotta maintain distance as much as possible. Cannot let you quickly stagger me again like the last round. Sticking to... Never mind, I was gonna say sticking to good old triple punch into charged Harris, but I forgot you had assault armor for a second. Might rely entirely on chip damage this time. Or maybe going for a melee finish. I'd rather be safe than sorry, to be brutally honest here. I did not have enough AP to survive much more than that. Despite my build only having 3 weapons, which I have had success before with other build recreations I've done, this one can comfortably engage with my opponent at either close or mid-range combat. Feels like I don't have to compromise one or the other, which can't be said for a lot of builds today. Not gonna go for it. You still have your expansion, and I would rather not get hit with another counterattack. Oh, I thought you had me there. Well, as soon as he gets staggered, I am securing this game. Clean melee punish. Not going to do anything fancy. GG's really forced me to backtrack there with those dual Etsujins, which are still a solid pick in ranked PvP. Oh, I fought you earlier. Double Zims with the pile bunker. Yikes. Although, at the time, I was foolishly using a close-range FCS. Now that I switched back to the long-range one, I should have a much easier time. In theory, at least. Because Zimmermans will still build up stagger at mid-range pretty frequently. Don't even know if I want to go for a melee punish. No, I'm not going to. I don't remember if you have assault armor or not. Oh, guess I'm about to find out. Pulse armor, okay. That's out of the way. But regardless, if I would have went in for a melee punish and ran out of energy, they would have popped me with the Zims and extended the combo probably. Zimmermans are just that good. I don't even know if I should risk the charged Harris attacks. If I'm sitting still for too long... Did you deplete your energy? I think you did. You had me there and you suddenly dropped. I think you redlined your generator. Oh boy, that worked out perfectly. Did not want to be meeting a Rubiconian handshake head on. Listen, I'm all for hitting people with the Rubiconian handshake, but if I'm on the receiving end, that's a big no-no. See, the back-to-back charged Harris attacks landed, but I was at an awkward angle to land the melee attack. Well, that settles it. I found which FCS I'm going to be sticking with. But lately now, I'm debating my generator choice. I thought you redlined again. Not sure why you didn't go for the melee punish that time. Oh, it's getting heated. I should not be risking it this close. But luckily you were low enough that a few more hits were going to do the job. Oh, good games. Super glad I was not greeted with the pile bunker that time. Dual LRA laser rifles with split missiles. It's going to be a mid-range showdown. While the LRA isn't as busted as the LRB, there's a reason why it sees some success in the higher ranks. Fires quicker, doesn't have to worry about stagger. And the split missiles are going to force me to dodge unnecessarily. Oh, I'm already taking so much damage. I hate this so much. I am trying to evaluate whether or not I risk going for the charged attacks here. But at the same time, those lasers are going to do so much. Not going for the punch combo. I have to try to end this ASAP. Probably could have went for the charged attack, but I don't think I had enough energy. Okay. I was wondering why you didn't pop any other expansion, but now it adds up. Please? Anything? Okay, I was getting worried there that I wasn't going to land any of my shots, but it worked out. This might be a terrible idea, but if I'm going to win the damage race early on, I gotta land back-to-back charged Hera shots. Please show me it's consistent now. Boom! And for the dagger, I couldn't land the full combo. Maybe if I charged it up? Nah, it's too long of a wind-up. I don't think it would have reached in time. Still, I'll take the early health lead. Against a laser build like this, that is going to make a huge difference. In fact, let me prolong that by taking cover. Still worried about those split missiles. Yeah, I'm definitely changing my generator after this too, because I need more EN supply. Oh, I did trigger your expansion. I'll take that. I'm afraid it's too late for you. Good games. Had a pretty cool back and forth there. Glad those charged Hera shots landed in my time of need. I recognize that lightweight energy build. I certainly fought you earlier today. It kind of plays like a laser swap to a certain extent, but more on the close range side of things. Even rocks one of the VE generators, so that extra damage is going to be noticeable. Good use of cover. Ooh, I cannot trade too many hits here, but if I can build up stagger, it will be worth it. Okay, I'm debating with myself if I go charge the attacks. Nope, going for the... I did get one hit in at least. Oh no, the double charged attacks missed. I am glad I changed my generator though. The extra EN supply is noticeable. Was tempted to slingshot to them, but you know what? Let's just chip away. Just chip away. No need to go into harm's way for that moment. I am so tempted to resort to charged attacks again. However, the thought of me staying in place long enough to be absolutely decimated by these laser handguns is not appealing. I'm getting destroyed anyway. I cannot trade hits with this loadout. Oh, so it looks like I don't have a choice in the matter, do I? Yes, even got you mid-kick. That is huge. Ooh, I did take a hit from that charged laser shotgun, but it was worth it. I now have the health lead. Now I just need to maintain it. No pressure. Oh, okay, that was way too greedy. I acknowledge that was way too greedy. But I will try again if I find an opportunity to do so. Oh, let's go. That was a snipe and a half. Perfectly timed as you activated your expansion. Good games. Well, that was a lot of fun. The red Ferrari of Rayleonard ACs did not disappoint, but I might be a bit biased on that front. Now you might be wondering, why do I have the Harris stowed on the right shoulder instead of equipping it directly to the arm? That's because as I was recreating this armored core, I thought of different ways to have access to dual melee weapons. As you might have noticed during the intro of this video, the original schematics show that he did have access to dual laser blades as hanger weapons. Granted, they have very, very limited reach, hence why I went with the laser dagger as opposed to any other melee weapon. So having access to a punch made the most sense, plus it works as a combo extender, and it doesn't compromise the playstyle of mid-range pressure. Not to mention you can punish your opponents in a multitude of ways as a result. I think it's a win-win. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until next time, take care.